Hey, what's up everybody? This is Snackbox. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Guys, I want to talk to you about Hydra rotation number 2 and the MVP for boosting your damage. Now, if we take a look at the current rotation, which is the second one, we can see here that we started the fight with a Head of Blight, Head of Torment, Mischief and Ref, and we have Decay and Suffering in the pool as well. We have 3 Force Affinity heads, 2 Magic and 1 Spirit, so that means in terms of Force, Spirit and Magic, you definitely want to prioritize Force Affinity champions, then Spirit, and then Magic. The best option are, of course, Void champions, and the fact that we start with a Torment head just brings us to one of the best counters for him, and that is Shamail. Shamail pretty much just negates the whole mechanic of the Head of Torment and converts it into a buff for your whole team. He will boost the turn meter of your lead champion so much that he will take turn after turn after turn after turn. Now this actually works the best with an AoE attack or AoE attack champions, because you always hit the Head of Torment and you always boost the turn meter. Now in my case, I had to put Archer in the main in the lead spot because I'm kind of lacking heal, and that basically, kept my team alive. This is Hydra Nightmare, so I basically use Shamail in Nightmare at the moment, and it worked pretty well. Last week I got around 150 million damage, which is not that much compared to other teams, but I just started working on my teams, and for the champions I have and the options, it's pretty decent. It's a nice start. Let me show you the build of my Shamail. Actually, it's a pretty old build. The way I used him, before I took a break, that was probably like 10 months ago. So basically, I put him in a regen set, so he would heal himself and keep himself alive, as I'm lacking heal in my team that I'm using him in. He also has high resistance and the Blood Shield accessory. So basically every time you trigger the Head of Torment, he would attack and put a shield buff on him, and that way he can act as a Mischief tank. So let me show you the stats actually. 218 speed, not that fast. You can definitely make him faster, but it doesn't really matter that much. 60k HP, 2.8k defense. Now if I choose Hydra battles, the stats go up a little bit. I haven't worked that much on my area bonuses yet. I'm still working on them, and I have quite a few points I can invest in now actually, and do some little upgrades, a little bit more ignore defense. But overall, you can see I just basically focused on resistance, a little bit of speed, and tankiness. I also tried to maintain 100% crit rate, so in case there is no Head of Torment, I still wanted him to be, useful and have some kind of value and provide a little bit of damage. And you can definitely build him in, in a full damage build. That works as well. From the masteries, I have Unshakable, just to get that little bit extra resistance for Nightmare, which I really needed, because if you look at the stats you need on Hydra Nightmare, you definitely want to have around 450 plus resistance to be able to resist the Head of Mischief, which will always try to steal the buffs from the target that has the most buffs. And in my case, most of the times, that's Shamail. Now, accuracy, you only need about 350. You don't need more than that. You can definitely go a little bit higher. I think around 400 should be, where you hit the cap, somewhere around there. And but you're totally fine if you have like 350 accuracy, 350 to 400. That should be your range. And, if you have a mischief tank or you want to resist the head of mischief, you should aim for around 450 to 500. Now, my Shamail has a little bit more than that, just to make sure, I max it out, because he really serves no other purpose than to resist the mischief tank and to, negate the head of torment and deal a little bit of damage. So that's pretty much it. I booked him just to maximize his damage output. He doesn't need any accuracy or anything. Basically, all you want on him is, some survivability and resistance. If you're going for a build like this. Now I can definitely improve this build, because as you can see, I use a resistance set, which is, there are way better sets now. For example, the righteous set, which also gives a speed bonus, and some rare pieces here and there, and I have a rare chest on him. So overall, really mediocre gear that I use on him, but he still, gets the job done. As I said, 150 million damage last week. Not that bad, honestly, for the first try. I'm going to show you just real quick how this passive works. So basically, every time you hit the head of torment, he will boost the turn meter, as you can see, of your lead champion, and your lead champion will take way more turns than he would usually do, and just deal more damage. Now you can definitely also put a booster in your, like a turn meter booster in your lead spot, just to have you, like, all your champions get more turns. Or you use a pure damage dealer like Newt to get his max HP damage skill cycled back more often. This is also an option. And as you can see, I use another epic champion in my team, which is Ugo, for the decreased defense and block buffs. This works pretty well. She also can cleanse and heal a little bit, so definitely one of the better epics in this game for Hydra. Let me show you her build real quick. So I have her in a reflex set, sitting at 260 speed, 259 speed, 366 accuracy, 4,000 defense, 68,000 HP. You basically, you only need some speed. Like, you want her technically to be one of the faster champions, because you want to land at decreased defense before your damage dealers go. You want to have enough accuracy, which is 350 plus to 400. And you want her to be tanky, right? So if I add the Hydra bonuses, she gets a little bit more here and there. But, as I said, I haven't upgraded area bonuses that much, so it's just a minor upgrade. But I have her in a reflex set and a speed set, and this refresh amulet, just to eventually get this A2 back, which places a decreased defense and block buffs. On her masteries, I have her in I have War Master on her, just to give her a little bit of more damage output, and the defense tree. Now, if you're lacking accuracy, you can definitely go for the support tree instead. If you're struggling with her to survive, go for defense and support. But if you can get enough accuracy, which should be easy these days, you can definitely go for offense and defense. So It just depends on what you really need on her. Like if she can survive and place her debuffs, you can definitely go for War Master. In terms of blastings, I'm not really sure. I used Miracle Heal on her because I wanted to, restore the destroyed HP in Hydra when she heals. Just a little effect, just a little side effect, which helps. But you can definitely go for something else. I'm not quite sure what you could use. Maybe even Crushing Rant or something. Maybe she can deal damage. I'm not quite sure. Maybe Cruelty. There are quite a few options, but I would definitely put her in a reflex set. Have some refresh accessories if you have some, just to get that, the chance to reduce the cooldown on her A2, to get the decreased defense and the block buffs back. So yeah, for this rotation, Shamel is really one of the MVP champions. If you're struggling with the Head of Torment, he can help you so much with the lower stages, of course. You can probably even build Shamel in a different set, maybe give him some more damage. I don't think you have to put him in region set. If you have a healer in your team, you don't really have to put him in region set. It just helps to keep him alive in my team. But I don't think it's like 100% necessary. You can definitely put some damage gear on him, maybe lethal or merciless or something, so that would work too. So technically you can build him as a mischief tank with resistance and have him deal a little bit of damage, or you just go full damage. That works too, I guess. But I personally prefer this build at the moment, because if you build him in damage, you definitely need some top damage dealers, just so you can, nuke the heads fast enough. And I'm not able to do that at the moment, so I prefer this build definitely in my case right now. But I can definitely do some little upgrades, as I said, as I don't use optimal pieces on him, but it still gets the job done. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. The two epics I use, and I wanted to talk about this. This champion here makes this rotation pretty easy, honestly. Don't worry if you can't deal enough damage for Hydra Nightmare. Do the lower stages. He will definitely help you to do so. And, just go step by step, small little upgrades. Don't try to rush it, and you will eventually get there. So that's about it. Hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed watching. Leave a like and a comment below if you have some other ideas how to build Shamel, and see you in the next video.